Nicholas. I'm the owner and photographer designer of panoramaasia.co.uk. It's on the introduction page. I just wanted to say hi, welcome to my site. There are lots of things that I've discovered in Southeast Asia in the last 30 years, or 38 years I must say, and one of them is change. A lot of these things that I captured years ago have now disappeared. The quiet streets of Hanoi and things like that when I first entered back in 1990 or 1989 when they first opened the gates. We paid about $20 I'd say or $25 at the most for an 18-day trip on a train through Chu Chi and Da Nang Dalat and Hoi An and Hanoi and Hue. There's a lot of places to see and discover. It's a great place. There's loads of little waterways and waterfalls. Great photography. I used to be a street photographer. I worked for a lot of agencies in Vietnam, Cambodia, Nepal, Burma, etc. I used to do a lot of work for different companies privately and sell them my images and do a little bit of writing as well. Those days I was probably, very lucky because there weren't many tourists around back in the beginning of the 90s. Bagan was one of my favourite places, or Burma at least, and obviously my charity work began in that place, where I helped a temple dweller who was a small girl and her family befriended themselves via the horse cart or bull cart driver. Got introduced into their little hut there, and I had a few bananas and bread, and they decided then to trust me a little bit. A couple of days later, we went around. She couldn't actually get to school other than walk. It took her about 4 hours, so I decided to buy her a brand new bicycle. This overjoyed the family, and after that then it was about the house. It was really rotten. They were the poorest family in the village, and they were loved by a lot of people. I asked them about their house, and I said, what's your favourite house? And they said it's a bull cart driver's house, and we all laughed. But cutting the story short, of course, with my charitable sort of internals, I decided to then count up my money, left myself with $300 and gave them $3 grand. This actually then was buried in the floor so the junta wouldn't get hold of it, and the family then took 3 years to build their new house. Huge, absolutely huge house now. Visited 3 times later after 3 years, and back in the day, and finally put a tin roof on there. Haven't seen the family since then. Another actual aspect that I did was helped a family in Sumatra. Fantastic time. Papa Chile. Went down to see his old guest house, tried out his chili. That was the plan, and a hurricane had taken his living, his wealth, his home and everything. So he was left in a little hut with a couple of geese that lived underneath with his kids. He's not a very well guy, so I decided to help him too. Befriended him, and obviously then helped him with a brand new guest house, which cost a couple of grand, which I helped him to do that. After leaving the volcanoes of Bromo, I said goodbye before I actually arrived in Padang, and then went back to Indonesia. So there are charitable things that you can do and help these people. I decided then to publish a couple of books, which I've done, and loads of photography. Lots of people do that these days. I have a very natural ability with my photography, and I hope you enjoy my site. There's not too much these days. I've sort of quietened down a little bit, but I will hit the track again one day. My dream is to go back to Burma just to see how the family is doing. Regarding this site, after years of experience, I just hope that you gain a bit of respect for people who've actually done and all the things you're about to do, and also learn from us as well. Now with the location buttons, the circular band buttons that I have a click on those, because they're quite helpful, especially with the hospital one in Cambodia as an example. If anything tragic did happen, all you need to do is click on the Cambodia page, click on the symbol of hospital, and then you'll be able to see a location. Then anywhere that you are, you put your location in and it'll default to one of the hospitals. I have all the hospitals on there, anything that should happen. Also locations from guest houses and things like that, you know, from different, every country page has them. Well, enjoy everything, enjoy your travel, keep your mobile phone probably at home, I'd say. You know, don't be carrying those stupid devices around, because you're going to miss everything that you've gone out to see. And also, there are those guys out there in Southeast Asia that they just want to see who's not paying attention, because as soon as you are not paying attention, you're going to become a target, and they will get you, they will get your bag, and you're going to be in trouble just because you're on your little mobile. So leave those at home. Don't kick the monkeys in Cambodia, for God's sake. I seen a woman die about 24 hours after 14 monkeys attacked her in the Angkor temples. My time as a Buddhist monk was okay. We learned what I needed to learn. That was a chapter of one part of my life, and I'm well away from that now. But anyway, you enjoy your travels, and thanks. Enjoy my site. Okay, bye bye.